Stay the fuck away, stay the fuck away. Stay the fuck away, stay the fuck away. Hey folks, Sean Patrick here again. Yes, I wrote that song all myself, and yes, it's totally great. So, another day in the COVID world. Oh, wow. Things just keep getting crazier. But as you may have noticed, there's been a couple of changes to my show, such as that awesome theme song. And I also have a more show-like title, and that is due to my producer. He is fantastic. I'm going to introduce you to him now. I just have to turn the camera here. There he is. This is Scum. He's a British short-haired blue, working hard as always. He's 16 years old, and even though he's not Belgian, I'm still not going to lick him. That works all right. Okay, so virtual hugs and kisses. I want to send virtual hugs and kisses out to the Stratford Post Office and all of the Stratford residents that were in there while I was there earlier today. I braved an outing so that I could send a care package to my wife, my Toronto correspondent, Lisa. Slippers, a hat, some weasels, the usual stuff. And the whole experience was very, very hard, very impressive. They had the whole place taped out so that social distancing lines, and they had hand sanitizer. Everything was very easy. The staff was chipper. Like everything just went so well, and everybody is really observing the rules. It was just fantastic. Virtual hugs and kisses. I also want to send virtual hugs and kisses to the Pinecrest Nursing Home in Bobcaygeon, Ontario. They have had 9 deaths since March 25th. This relates to something I was saying last night about the close quarters living arrangements. And it's really sad. And this is what happens when people get too close for too much time. And only one of them needs to be infected in the start, and it all goes down. So, think of what happens when you go to a house party. Or how about this? Don't go to a house party. Also last night, well, I guess actually technically it was this morning. It was supposed to be last night. I introduced a character, my imaginary assistant, Sandy. This is a character I developed a few years ago when I was working on the concept of doing stand-up comedy. But it's based on a real person. It's based on Sandy Rogers, who's a great friend to me and a great friend to several people who are, well, probably all 12 and a half people who are watching. I based it on him because he was a fantastic man. And today is the anniversary of his passing. Raise a glass, Sandy Rogers. And stop eating all of my cookies. All right, so to the addresses. Well, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's address was basically about business relief and the economy. So, I really don't have much to say about that. I looked around and I had a book over there I found on a shelf, but it's like this thick. That would take a really long time to read. And, I figured for the people who are watching me, if you're watching me for business advice, you're really in trouble. But of course, the question period did bring some interesting things. Um, I found it rather funny that the question came up. There are clubs and bars and the cannabis industry that can't access the CERB or other relief funds. Well, kind of thought that's what the CRB was built for, the bars and the clubs. And as far as the cannabis industry, I mean, for some reason, I have a feeling they'll do just fine. And of course, there was the usual stupid question of the type that, I've already talked about, regret not acting sooner. Of course, people are dying, but fuck, you know what? If everybody listened to him when he started telling people to stay home, stay away from each other, stop having gatherings, blah, 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 but no, we come into this situation where people like myself are starting to think that maybe we need to bring the military in to make people stay the fuck home. It's just ridiculous. And of course, though, there was a glaring question. Why isn't the federal government releasing their modeling numbers? In addition, what about the predictions that there could be a second wave? And if you could answer in French, please. Okay, well, let's see. Why isn't the federal government releasing the modeling numbers? Because there are several models varying from an extremely good situation to an extremely bad situation. An extremely good situation, some people are going to act like we already have that. And an extremely bad situation, some people are going to act like we've already got that. We don't need that. Just fucking listen to what you already been told. Also, this situation, as I've said, is continuously changing. Therefore, the modeling is being redone over and over and over again to get a more accurate idea of what we are dealing with. And it's not going to help you, it's not going to help the common person. There is no way. It's just going to take up everybody's time redoing information on websites that isn't even really information. Shit is fucking bad. Get a grip. In addition, what about the predictions that there could be a second wave? What about it? There could be. There you go. And if you could answer in French, please. Okay, well, something they've done to streamline the question and answer period is that the prime minister and the ministers, they just answer in the language that they're asked, and a translator takes care of it. I think it's a very good idea. So you've been there for this whole press conference. Your press, so I'm guessing you were probably, had that information available. What, what's the point? I'm not trying to kick anybody here. I just would like to know, why would you bother asking that? And then with the multi-ministers meeting, you know, everything went quite well. I mean, they got a lot of the questions that, again, I've already discussed. But the one that I want to address is, how do we know that we have enough troops to handle this situation? Not only was this played out in a few different ways already at this point in the conference, it's just not knowable. Knock it off. So I was going to do something about, something foreign, but instead, I have to point out that my sister is a developmental service worker in Woodstock. She works in a long term care assisted living home. She's the one who let me on to Bob Cajun. I had not heard that yet. This makes me fear for a lot of people, including her. Don't want to lose my sister. We don't need to lose people. We need to be smart. I just can't say it enough. You gotta listen. It's been laid out. It's straightforward. We've all got to do what's right. And what's right is staying the fuck away from each other and clean everything. A lot. Get away from my fucking cookies. Jesus.